Hello and welcome to QTV. Coming up on today's show, we have highlights from the FA Cup match against Swansea, a Secret Santa Who Are You quiz, Martin Gray pops in the QTV studio for a chat, we have part 2 review from the West Stand, and we have a new feature in this week's show called What Happened Next. Now highlights from a disappointing home game against Swansea that finished with a 3-1 defeat. Let's take a look.
Leon Britton. Lawrence has to intercept quickly, untidy defending by Swansea. Danger here, they could be under pressure early on. Good challenge, but it's in the back of the net. Terrible defending by Swansea City. Willie Guerre could do nothing. And with less than 2 minutes played, Darlington take the lead. But Swansea defensively all over the place. Dennis Lawrence should have made the challenge. Ball was conceded. Willie Guerre could do nothing. And it's in the back of the net. Martin Smith gives Darlington the early lead. His 3rd goal in the FA Cup this season. And what a start for David Penny's side. Tries to pick out Britton. Leon Britton, chance for Swansea! Leon Britton! Swansea City back on level terms. Classic breakaway goal. Johnson. Here's Alan Armstrong, takes it well. Armstrong, Guerre's out quickly and bravely. Neat build-up play by Darlington, given away again by Swansea. Johnson's there, away by Messier. Duke's throw. Again looking for Armstrong, run by Austin, but only as far as Johnson. Here's Wainwright. Wainwright! Wasn't far away. Struck it well enough, but you could just see it was always curling away from the angle. Although Guerre was well beaten. Trundle allows the ball to do the work, but then loses possession. McDonald's not strong enough in the challenge. It's a decent cross. Alan Armstrong could have made it 2-1 Darlington there. McDonald's fortunate. Leon Britton, he's got time and space here. Leon Britton. Britton still going. Good run from Britton to the far side. Robinson, side netting. Well, again, it's Leon Britton, so instrumental in everything that's been positive and good about Swansea City in the first half. No real flow to the game at the moment. Trundle might change that though. Leon Britton. Britton. Trundle, promising for Swansea this. Taken on by Pratley, good save. Chance for Robinson. 2-1 Swansea City. It's taken them 6 minutes into the second half, and it's the first real move of the game in the second 45 minutes by either side. Andy Robinson pounces the save from the goalkeeper Sam Russell. Smith again. Good support play by Wainwright. Wainwright popping up on the left hand side, drags it back. Chance for 2-all, saved by Guerre. Michael Cummins didn't. Akinfenwa, that's 3-1. Toe poked it home, powerful toe poke off the post, and out of nothing, it's 3-1 Swansea City, and they're through to the 3rd round of the FA Cup. 10 minutes to go, and Adebayo Akinfenwa has sealed it up here at Darlington. Out of nothing really. Robinson just played the ball through to him. Rifled it in, right-footed. Nothing that Sam Russell could do. And Swansea City's...
Now this week's Who Are You quiz has a special festive theme that we've nicknamed Secret Santa. So let's find out who it is.
This is a brand new problem, a problem without any clues. If you know the clue...
Well, I've got it. Have you? We'll give you the answer to that at the end of today's show. Now earlier in the week we had Darlow's assistant manager Martin Gray in the studio talking to Eric Walsh about all the new goings on in the club.
Joining me in the studio today is Martin Gray. Morning Martin, thanks for coming into QTV.
Thank you.
6 games now since you and Dave Penny took charge. extremely good results, but time for a sort of mid-term report. How have things gone from your perspective?
Yeah, it's been a great start. We couldn't have wished for a better start, I think, for any team at any level to get 6 wins out of 6. It's great for confidence throughout the football club, and I think it sends good messages out to everybody involved in the football club.
Amongst those results as well have been a couple of extraordinary results in the Johnson's Paint Trophy, for instance. Tranmere away must have been an exceptional result, really.
It was in lots of ways. It was always going to be a tough game, and I always remember sitting on the bus on the way down to Tranmere, and we got on the M62, and we sat for about 3 hours in a traffic jam. So the pre-match at the hotel became the pre-match on the bus, and it was more or less we nearly got changed on the bus. We got the ground that late, but it was quite good because we didn't have time to prepare as we wanted to, and everyone was quite nervous. The new manager coming in and people a little bit unsure, and it just cut all the nerves out because it was off the bus, on the pitch, as you would in a Sunday morning type of thing, and it worked for that game, and so it was a good start.
Now, your reward for progression in that trophy now means that you've got a mouth-watering tie in the semi-finals against Doncaster Rovers of all teams.
Yeah.
I don't think Dave Penny could have quite expected to run into his old teammates so quickly.
Not so quickly, no. He did say, once we got through that round, and then we went and beat Mansfield Town, he did say that there's only one team will draw in the semi-finals, and it's turned out to be right as well.
And he's very confident about getting a result, presumably.
Well, yeah, without being overconfident, but I think he knows better than anybody what they are about, and hopefully if we can continue the good form between now and then, there's a lot of games. I think we've got 7 games to play, and we can keep progressing and developing the right way. We've got a good chance of going down to Doncaster and getting to the final.
Brilliant. Now, there's been quite a few injuries at the club at the moment. Would you be able to give us an update on how things are progressing with certain players?
Yeah, I think it's been made public. Sam Russell, he broke his leg on last Saturday's game, so he's going to be out for 6 weeks at the minimum. Joey Hutchinson still not recovered. Darren Holloway still probably another week away. So we are short as in defenders, and Albrighton, he went and did his hamstring at on Tuesday night's game. So we're a little bit short in defence at the moment, but the window doesn't open until January the 1st. So we've got to work with what we've got, and what we've got in there is good enough to keep us going.
Now, in the last couple of games, there's been 2 defeats on the trot. One could understand the Swansea defeat, obviously a team from the next division up. How frustrating was the defeat against Wycombe the other night?
Well, initially the Swansea defeat, I thought we did very well against them. I thought overall, had we taken our chances and cut out probably 2 basic mistakes in the game, we could have won that game. And Kenny Jackett spoke very, very highly about how well we'd done. Wycombe was very disappointing because we started the game very poorly, and I thought we were still on the bus for the first 20 minutes of the game, and we never got out the blocks, and not until half time where a few words were said and livened a few people up, and we did really well in the second half and really deserved to come away with at least a point. So we come, it was a long journey back for nothing really. Yeah, true. Now you've got a couple of games coming up: Stockport County away and Notts County at home. 2 wins will put the Quakers nicely positioned in the playoff positions. How do you think that leaves in place for January and the start of the year to make a push for an automatic promotion spot? Well, we just got to take the next game, which is Stockport County, and it's a big game, and we've got to get back to winning ways. I mean, like you say, we've had 6 great wins. I wouldn't say it's a blip. I'd just say it's a little bit where we haven't started as well, and we always stress that we must start games really well. We didn't do that on Tuesday night, and it cost us. And it's one thing that we must do come this Saturday, that we get off to a really good start.
Great stuff. Thank you very much, Martin.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, after a rowdy view from the West Stand in the last show, we couldn't wait for them to return in the studio for this week's episode. After Matt and Garant's competitive attitudes about a penalty shootout, I wonder how they got on. Let's find out.
Hi and welcome to View from the West Stand. I'm Stephen Hine and I'd like to say hi to my posse over there. Hooray! I'm also joined in the studio by Geraint Jones and Luke Priestley. If you remember last week we set a penalty shootout and Matthew Clark is the editor and he edited the penalty shootout so that he would win. And so it looked like Craig Liddell had scored more goals past me and Geraint when in fact he didn't. And I'd like to say thanks again to Craig for that. Here's what it was.
Job in the city, it's alright. 22 grand job in the city, it's alright. 22 grand job in the city, that sounds nice. It's alright, it's alright. In the city, it's alright. 22 grand job in the city, it's alright. 22 grand job in the city, it's alright. 22 grand job in the city, that sounds nice. It's alright, it's alright. In the city, it's alright. Government work, it's alright. But the light's too bright, no can sales.
What do you think about that? I personally thought it was biased. Now, last week, as you remember, we had Geraint's topics where he likes to talk about stuff that he's not enjoyed or whatnot. Last week he talked about the lady in the burger van and how she didn't smile at him. What's it this week, Geraint?
I'd just like to talk about the stewards at the game last Saturday, Stephen. I mean, you know, obviously I respect crowd safety and everything that's happened in history and stuff, but, you know, telling us to sit down when we score, it's a football match, not a cricket match.
Cheers for that, Geraint. What are your views on it, Luke?
Well, I think obviously after the Hillsborough disaster, you know, you got to have some sort of safety. But you know, what would the Cop be or the Stretford end if you couldn't get up and cheer after a goal?
Yeah, exactly.
Ridiculous.
Me and Luke were discussing before how 5 games. Last time we were talking, it was 5 games on the trot, no defeats. Since then, it's been 2 defeats and 6 games on the trot. I think it is. What are your views on this, Luke?
Well, I don't think the fans should get too worried or anything. I mean, it's only a blip in form. Every club has it. You know, it's he can't. You know, his record speaks for itself, doesn't it? Really.
Well,
What he did at Doncaster, taking him to the quarters before getting knocked out. You know, knocked out a couple of top-class Premiership clubs. I think he'll turn it around anyway. Easy.
You seem to be pretty confident. What do you see happening at the transfer window? Will he make any moves?
Well, I'll see what happens in. You know, he'll see what happens in December. If they suffer another, you know, if they lose more than half their matches, he might want to spend big, get in a quality player who can change things around. Or if not, maybe just look for a couple of loan signings. I don't think the fans are too aware of how much money he's been put in.
That's fair enough. Let's hope the Christmas window opens.
I'll tell you what I'll be buying over Christmas, Stephen.
What's that?
Well, I think I'm just going to go rush down to the shop and find out how much these are.
And also, it doesn't have the friendly club written on it, but why did they call it that anyway?
Because that happened 5 years ago, Luke, when Reynolds first took over. Basically, he wanted young generations of people to come to the football, and then, you know, money making, building. Basically, it was all business. It was the reason.
Well, this discussion can go on for ages. So it's bye from me, bye from the posse.
What Happens Next is the name of the new QTV feature. Basically, we'll show you a 10-second clip from one of the latest matches, but stop the action just before it happens. Then you guess what happens next. So here's the clip. We'll give you the answer to that, what happens next, in the Boxing Day Christmas special. And now the answer to the Who Are You quiz is... Well done if you got that. Until next time, you can catch us on youtube.com or on the away bus. Until then, enjoy the match. Come on the Quakers.